but in Berlin, Berlin has this aura of being, you know, the divided city with the wall. Does that influence you any?
There is an inevitable influence. I think probably Hansa, where we recorded the ideal copy, has more of the Cold War vibe than the Preußen tone, where we recorded the Bellows of Cup. In that Hansa is right by the wall, right where the old centre of the town used to be, where the wall kind of smashes through the old centre, and it has a certain kind of quality to it.
Yeah, you get those peculiar things like tram lines just go straight into the wall. You still have the signs saying this way to Potsdamer Square.
But I think Berlin's a peculiar place in that we didn't choose it for that reason. I mean, it's actually a whole other reasons why we've been choosing to record in Berlin. It's also regarded by many West Germans as the Las Vegas of Germany. It's a 24-hour city. There is lots of entertainment, and that image of it being a kind of cold, grey city is in a way somewhat untrue. It's not. People get more. I guess people get more paranoid by, you know, the kind of lifestyles that they lead, which is more like to do with their own fault than the actual fault of the place.
There are some various developments going on where I believe now West German or West Berlin people are allowed to actually go over to East Berlin, for instance, spend the night there, which at one time wasn't possible. And a lot of people are starting to buy property in East Germany as well outside, because the countryside's really beautiful. Because people have a feeling that maybe 10 years, 15 years, it might come down. Mr. Zappa had a good idea. He suggested that they should have something like an Olympics, where they should have teams from all over the world, and they'd all be given a 100-yard stretch of the wall, sledgehammers, and told to get to it, you know, which would be fast and furious, I think. The competition to knock it down would be a very good thing.
I mean, voice there to tear down the wall. I mean, is there a loud voice that wants to be heard?
There's a lot of entrenched. There is a lot of entrenched kind of feeling on both sides to keep it up. I mean, in a way, there's as much interest on the western side in keeping it up as there is on the eastern side. It's not just a communist device to do whatever it is that you think the nasty communists are doing.
I think it's probably less from the Germans than it is probably from the Americans and the British, I think. But their media tends to censor things in the same way that ours does, you know, but in different ways. Whereas we tend to encourage people to consume things which they don't need. They tend to sort of try and persuade people to be what they consider to be good citizens. You know, so you still get the same kind of censorship and the same methods of control. I was talking to the Lieback boys, and we were talking about the fact that schizophrenia, which is still a disease which is almost very, very, very difficult to clinically diagnose, is used as a social control both in the West and in the East, but in different ways. In the East, it's if you say things which are against the state, then you are obviously schizophrenic. Your behavior is antisocial. Whereas in the West, it's, if your excesses are against the society, then perhaps you're schizophrenic as well.